Hey, this is a quick start guide to getting a PS2 to run on your PC. Put in PS2 Emulator. This is it, PC SX2, and it's pretty much been phenomenal. Download here, go for Windows. So there's an installer, that's nice. So there's two ways. Looks like a normal installer is probably gonna be the easiest thing. Aha, first time boot. Now, there are a few more files you need for a PS2. So we're gonna go through these now. We're just gonna do the system default language right here. And here we go. Looks like we got a bunch of things here. We're just gonna say that's good. This particular part is the sketch part of PS2 emulation. You need to find a PS2 BIOS file in order to run the game. They recommend here you must dump your BIOS from your own PlayStation 2 console. There are ways. You could probably go on YouTube and figure that out if you do have a PS2. We're not going to do that. We're going to do a little bit of a PS2 BIOS file. Let's see what we got here. Let's see if I can find a thing. Let's click the first thing here. I don't like this site. Look at this random comment here. File upload. Do I do it? Let's do it. Why not? Oh, an RAR file. A RAR file. Now, if you have 7-zip installed, you can use 7-zip. If you have WinRAR, that will work too to open up this file that I randomly found on the internet here. Looks like I found some BIOSes here. Let's extract this guy. You can always just drag that over here. Watch my computer explode because I downloaded a random thing off the internet. Okay, go back to here, refresh list. Look at that. I now have BIOSes. There we go. Oh my gosh. It actually shows your machine build here. Yeah, so I wouldn't worry too much about this. We're just trying to get this sucker to run quickly. The hardest part is finding a game. You know what game we're gonna find? Let's try to figure out if we get Kingdom Hearts. So I'm gonna search up Kingdom Hearts ISO PS2. Oh, CD Romance. Let's give her. Okay. Is that just gonna, are we just gonna download this random game? So while our Kingdom Hearts game is downloading, we are going to figure out if I get the controller to work here. I'm gonna use the Google Stadia controller, and we're gonna do it wired just so there's no, if it's wired, it's gonna work. What we're gonna do is we're just gonna set up our controller. Let's see how hard this is gonna be. Pad 1. X input. Do we want X input? Xbox 360, Xbox One controllers. I don't know. Let's click off X input. Oh, here we go. Okay, quick setup. Please enter an input for select. Okay, let's do 3-dot button. So it's working like that easy. R3. All right, so that's the right. What is accelerator? I don't know what that means. Whatever, we're just gonna go through it and see what happens here because I'm not sure. Down, left. I like to just click L1 for L1, 2 for L2, R1 for R1, left analog stick up. Not sure what that accelerator thing is. Now, this is why I wanted to try out the Stadia controller. What's going on? I don't know what this accelerator thing is, but it keeps showing up. So the buttons I got all good, but it seems like the controller sticks got, and the accelerator is just taking all the inputs. All right, so now that I clicked exclude input. Oh, interesting. Okay, so now I'm doing all my controller stick stuff, and it's working out really well here. What does break mean? I don't know what break is, but we are going to. So what I've done is I've excluded this by just moving a controller, and then when that comes up, that accelerator thing, and exclude that input, then I was able to do all my controller stick stuff and it worked out fine. So that's good. So being good to go, hopefully that just works. All right, now that I've gone to cdromance.com and downloaded a random file from a random website, I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to just do a little drag over there. Yeah, so the Stadia controller, there's some little quirks when it comes to when you just go default into PC SX2. If you do the exclude input thing, looks like we're good to go. We got our game here. System, boot ISO full. And we're just in the folder here. Wow, that just works. Make this a bit bigger for your boy. Look at that, boys. We're playing Kingdom Hearts like in no time. But of course, I want to get in the game and see some graphics. Wow, I'm shocked. Even the video, look at that video looking good. Plugins here to make the graphics better. Ah, native PS2 emulation. Let's jump this suck up to that. Oh, look at that. Now, if it's working automatically for you, that's probably going to be the best bet. Okay, now we're actually getting into the game here. And look at that. Uh-oh. That wasn't exactly smooth. All right, let's move around here a bit. A controller that's really almost like every emulation program uses. Xbox 360 wired controller. Xbox One controllers do work well, but for this, we're gonna try this out. And I'm just curious if the movement on this controller is better. So we're gonna do X inputs. So that means it's gonna be using Xbox controllers. It looks like it's automatically kind of gonna work for us here. See, it's a bit smoother. So it looks like I have to fiddle with the Stadia. The Stadia controller does work, but it's not as smooth as I like it. Holding the second L is like in any direction before pressing the assign button, then moving the stick I wanted. Oh, interesting. Okay, what we're gonna do is hold the right stick, and then do it with the left one here. Oh my gosh, if this works, that's hilarious. Ha, the accelerator came up again. Let's delete that. So let's continue to hold just for the click. All right, well, that didn't really solve that's not the problem I had. The problem I had was it isn't exactly smooth. I can't believe I'm downloading another thing just to get this to work, but I just want to know if you can get it as smooth as you can with the Xbox controller, and I bet you can. Jeez. This is a little more involved than I expected. World of Joysticks X Input Emulator. Okay, so a bit of time has passed. I compared it. I even downloaded X Output, which I then just mapped using the software. It's pretty simple. Like, you just go edit and you go. So you use the Stadia controller and you click all the buttons. So it essentially just pretends it's an Xbox 360 controller. And I think it's smooth. I picked a bad game. You know what? So I just download a bunch of programs, which I'm not a fan of, but whatever. The reason why I picked this game is just I've played it before. So I'm just gonna put this right beside Kingdom Hearts. I want to be sure. I don't want to just come out and be like, well, I think the controller works. Try another game, see if it works. I just want to make sure, and if the game controls fine, then it was fine from the get-go, and I was kind of just wasting my time. Okay, so far it's working fine. See, look, I mean, these emulators are so good. We'll just do go against the Cavaliers because we did that last time. Now I'm just tracking the movement here. And yeah, okay, the controller worked the whole time, so you probably don't need all those other programs, but other programs I did install just in case. Programs I installed were World of Joystick X Input Emulator. So it looked like this, and it was really nice because I didn't have to set anything up. Whoopsie daisies. Here I am setting everything up. I went in here and loaded file, and look at that. It actually already has a bunch of profiles, and one of those is a Stadia controller. So I literally just loaded that in, went into the PS2 emulator, went into the controller thing, put in X input, and bada booey, it actually already knew all the controls from X input, and I really didn't have to do anything. It all works. I made sure I tested it, so you could probably use it natively on there with the lily pad. Lily pad will work. We did the little thing where accelerate, that it's on the screen. To get away through that, you just move another stick and then you click the button to do your input, and then move that up, and that works. So it kind of was like, okay, press the button, move it up, it'll do it. Then that one thing won't show up. But if for some reason that's too hard for you, then I would suggest using World of Joysticks program, which actually was really nice because it just like you popped it in, bam, boom, input on PS2 Emulator worked fine, and there you go. You can probably fiddle with the graphics if you want. I've already did. I just put it up to 1080p. Oh, widescreen patches. So yeah, there's other. I didn't know about that. That's pretty sick. ISO selector. Oh, that's ballin'. So I can just click. You've selected this. Oh, interesting. So I guess it's if you have a dual disc game, you can actually just swap the disc, or you can just reset. So I'm gonna reset because it's a totally different game. And then I wonder if I can hit the old load save state. Oh my gosh, yeah. So I'm actually running this in 4K. I'm gonna end it there just because now I'm like just fiddling around and this is going way too long. That's it. Internet Zach out. See you tomorrow.